Welcome to this lesson on educator.com, lessons on e-marketing. Okay, let's dive right into SEO. And SEO, as you remember from the previous lesson, stands for Search Engine Optimization. In this lesson, we'll talk about those bots that I also mentioned in the previous lesson and what exactly do they look for. And in this lesson, we're talk about the tags. All right, so let's dive right in. And here are the few tags that they pretty much look for, all located within the content of or the code of the website. We're going to look into the title tag. We're going to look into the keyword tag and the description tag. And I'm going to add a little something else to this. We're going to look for overall keyword percentage. Okay. Forgive for the punctuation there. But hey, you'll know exactly what I mean as we go on through the lesson. So the first thing we're going to go over is basically how to find out what kind of tags you have within your website. Okay, so in the previous lesson that I mentioned before, I went over viewing the source, viewing the code. Okay, this lesson I'll be using Mozilla Firefox, but if you need to refresh yourself on how to find the source code, if you're using a Internet Explorer or Chrome, refer to the previous lesson. Here we're going to basically be using Firefox because that's the browser I personally use 90% of the time. And basically you just go to Tools, Web Developer, and Page Source. So the key word is source. Okay, whenever we want to look at the code, code means source. All right, with that established, this is what you will pretty much see right here. Again, it's a series of codes. They're not going to be colored in black and red, I don't think, but most likely you will see a title tag, you will see a meta tag for keywords, and a meta tag for descriptions. If you don't see these tags, well, your website is not optimized for the search engine. So again, we have our bot, okay, this funny little guy that I can't seem to draw very well, but he is basically looking at your website and he's going to be looking at these tags that I just check marked. Okay, so we're going to basically go over each and every one of these. Some are more important than the others. And in conclusion, I hope that you take the time to make certain adjustments for your tags. There are certain rules that apply. We're going to discuss all of them. Now, this is the year 2012. These rules apply for 2012. I don't know what they'll apply in 2013 or 14, but we're going to keep you up to date as much as possible. So let's go ahead and talk about the title tag. Okay, here is the title tag. So I'm going to open up a browser, Mozilla, and here you see a web page from SEOMoz.org. It's a great website for you to look at and learn about the different tricks of the trade. They really do a good job on making of offering articles and tutorials on especially on SEO. Everything about SEO, these guys are the experts. And so I figure, why not? You guys deserve the best. You paid for this course. Let's go ahead and give you the very best there is. So let's study the title tag. And I'm going to go ahead and increase the size of the page so you can better see. We don't need to see what's on the right side of the page, so I'm going to increase it a little bit more. I think that'll do just fine right there. So title tags, as you can pretty much read. And by the way, this lesson comes with downloads. This website here has been captured as a PDF, and also you can go to SEOMoz.org. If you can read the title tag, again, it's with your download. It's basically /learn-SEO/title-tag. So again, don't worry about the URL. Yeah, it's all in your downloads. More important, let's go ahead and discuss exactly what this site is trying to tell you. The title tag, okay, it's called Title Elements. Basically, it's the title of the document. And as we had shown you before, that's how you code for it, and that's what you want to look for. And the way they design it is they basically have a keyword, okay, the primary keyword with a dash, and then a secondary keyword with a horizontal bar, and then any keyword after that is separated by a comma. Okay, so let me show you exactly how it looks like if I were to write it over here. Now this, obviously, in this over here, it's not done as correctly as possible, but notice the title tag does not necessarily have to have the business name, especially since many websites have a businessname.com as their domain name. So in this case, we mention more or less the doctor's, here an eye doctor, their profession. What they're saying is, in this case, we would basically type in Fontana eye doctor, but then we would have a line that goes down there, and then every other keyword is separated by a comma, as you can see right here. So going back to that page here, that's what they're trying to emphasize, okay? So I wouldn't bother putting your business name on the title tag, and here's why. You're only allowed 70 characters, okay? That's it, okay? If you put more than 70, I mean, if you put 80, I guess you can get away with it, but Google basically displays the first 70. And what I mean by character, I mean letters, numbers, punctuation, and spaces. Yes, spaces count as characters. And so you want to be careful about that. 70 is more than enough. Just be careful. Again, I guess if you have 77, it's all right. But if you have twice that, 200, 300, then Google just might penalize you for spamming. Okay, so you want to be very careful of that. This page goes on describing what the title tag is. The title tag basically appears in this section right here. Again, right below here where it says SEO, search engine optimization, SEO, read SEO Moz. See how they do it? They basically describe search engine optimization with a /, then every other keyword is separated by a comma, but it appears on top of the browser. Now this is the single most important code that the bots will take into account when trying to optimize for a search engine, so you want to be aware of that. Okay, so and this title tag appears on the top of every browser there is, from Mozilla to Internet Explorer to Chrome to Opera to Safari, you name it, even on your iPhones or iPads. Okay, the title tag will always appear on the very topmost part of a browser. Okay, if you can see right here, I know I'm highlighting the address bar, but right here, the title tag, it says on top here, title tag, SEO, best practices. Okay, again, it's they put the horizontal line there along with SEO Moz. Good rules to follow by. But here, they give a good example of what it'll look like. This right here, whoops, if I can go ahead, I guess they did an image there. But here where it says SEO search engine optimization / read SEO Moz, comma, rank better. That is a title tag. That's what will appear on the search engine when they do a search on it. Okay, so you want to be very careful and very creative, or try to strategize the best title tag for yourself. Keep it less than 70 characters and you won't go wrong. And of course, title tags are not just used for search engine. It can be used for other references. Okay, other websites out there may use this title for their own purposes. They can link back to your websites. There's a lot of bookmarking going on. They bookmark, for instance, Stumbled Upon or Read Edit. Okay, they use a title tag. And why not? It's the title of your page. Okay, yes, you can have different title tags for different pages of your website. Okay, so my whole thing is to use a title tag wisely. Go ahead and read the rest of this. It's within your, again, it's within your PDF that you're able to download. It's on the zip file associated with this lesson. Here is a title tag for you football fans out there. Okay, I highlighted the title for the NFL.com, official site of the NFL. This site gets about 20 million hits a month almost, so it's not like they have to worry about SEO or anything like that. But again, the title tag serves additional purposes, not just for SEO, but definitely the title tag is the predominant concern for the bots for Google and Yahoo and Bing. Okay, so let's go ahead and minimize this and talk about the next tag. I'm going to skip over keywords, and I want to talk a little bit about the description tag over here. Okay, description tag basically, well, it describes the paragraph. This basically describes the whole site. So we're going to go to another page right here, again by our friends at SEO Moz, and here this page kind of explains what a description is. And a description provides explanation of the contents of a web page, commonly used for search engines results to display on the in the results. Okay, and here is what the description tag was to look like if you were to hand code it or if you add it. The different tools like Composer and Dreamweaver, basically they allow you to enter this description tag. I would say, okay, here they say roughly 155 characters. So you don't want to write a whole novel, let alone an entire article. Okay, again, they want you to stay within the limits. Okay, so if you go up to 200, I think it's okay. Maybe too many, but I would say keep it around 155, as they said, give or take a few. Do not go into the thousands, otherwise you will be marked for spamming and your site will be nowhere seen on the search engines. All right, again, what is a meta description? It kind of just describes what your site is all about. Now here they say that it's not that important for search engine rankings. Okay, but I would definitely, I kind of challenge that. It may not be important for rankings, but it certainly is an entry point or a selling point for your website. For instance, let's go back to the previous one. Okay, here it says, if you look at this section about the NFL, okay, just below the bolded NFL.com official site of the National Football League, it says official site of the National Football League, and notice National Football League is bolded. It delivers in-depth team pages for all clubs, game day coverage. That is your description tag. So it tells a user what the site is all about. You don't want to just have nothing over there. I mean, not all of us are popular as the NFL. If you are a local mom and pop shop, and you use, I guess, if you have a name that maybe no one recognizes, you may want to explain what you're all about. And the description tag is really interesting if you're successful in getting on top of the search engines. So going back to the description, okay, again, it may not be weighed as important. And the reason because is a lot of, in the previous years, people were abusing this. They were putting in keywords that is not relevant to their business. Instead, they were using keywords that were most visited. Okay, bad practice. I don't know why people did that. So Google figured, okay, well, we're going to go ahead and add this little rule. It's not important, but it is, again, it is extremely important in gaining user click-through, okay, from results. So that in itself, you want to use your description tag wisely. Again, keep it below 155. Even though the search engines may not see this as important, they will penalize you for spamming if you abuse it. Okay, so here they, again, keep it compelling. Make sure, like for instance here, Balboa Park, it's in San Diego. I guess it says, I guess it's a park in San Diego, not that I've ever been there. But welcome to Balboa Park in San Diego, California, the nation's largest urban cultural park, home to 15 major museums, renowned performing art venues. Hey, I'm there. That is a great, great entryway. Think of a description tag like you would rent a movie. Okay, you know how movies, you've got a certain number of words to capture the audience? Well, that's how you should view the description tag. Okay? So even though it's not important for the search engines, it is important for click-throughs, and click-throughs impact search engine submissions, search engine rankings. Okay, so you can go ahead and read through everything here. It's pretty, I explained the most important things about the description tags. We're going to go ahead and minimize this, and now we're going to talk about the keywords. And the keywords, again, was abused by many businesses or many people in the past. You had eye doctors talking about dog food. You have eye doctors talking about Tom Cruise and the different celebrities out there. That's what they put in. Famous companies, famous names that people really search upon. Not a good idea, and tell you, not very smart either, because what if people are looking for Tom Cruise and they're looking for some favorite celebrities out there? and they don't see it, well, they'll never come to your website again. So again, and I think we'll go back there one more time. This is the code for keywords. Again, you want to keep it under 200 characters. Don't overdo it. It's not important to even have it there. However, one thing I will note that the keywords are important for other purposes, okay? And here I list 3 pretty important purposes. You might have your own internal search engine, your own search engine, not Google's, but your own. And a lot of good programmers out there will code the different pages based on the keywords that they have. Something to consider. You may want to talk to your web developer about that, okay? And if you are a web developer, you may want to talk to your client about what each page is all about. Ask what keywords you think if you're assigned to create an internal search engine specific for a website. And also, I've noticed some directories, okay, and other websites or other search engines may use the keywords, okay. Bing, I still kind of think uses it, but there are other website search engines out there, okay. I mean, maybe not as important as Google, obviously not, but there are other ones out there. And hey, it's a big world out there. There are millions and there's billions of people out there who are searching the website, okay. The search engines in Google in China is different than the search engines here in the United States. So I would go ahead and program them. Again, keep it around 255 characters or below, okay. And of course, we're going to go into making sure that these keywords that you use are also relevant to your website and found within the body of the website itself. And who knows, okay? Who knows what Google's going to think of next? They're always changing their algorithms. They're always changing things. Maybe people are finally getting it that they're not supposed to abuse the description tag or the keyword tag, and they'll bring it back. Okay, maybe it's just a correction method, a way of for them, or teaching us a lesson not to mess around with keywords. All right, let's see what's next. Okay, well, how do you find what's to determine the best keyword? That's a very, very powerful question. Well, Google, the keyword kings, gave us certain tools to use to determine the best keywords. Now, the web addresses are pretty significant, and I won't even have room to write it here, nor will I have enough time. So I would pause this video at this moment and just go ahead and do a Google search. Type in these terms here: Google Keyword Tool, Google Trends, Google Insights, Google Battle, Google Tracker. So go ahead and pause it, type in, see what you find. If you want me to continue, let's refer to this page right here. As soon as I get here, we want to be able to use, if you look at the different research and trends, okay, the nice thing about this site right here, okay, for instance, Google Trends, is that this tool will tell you the hottest trends at the moment, which is pretty significant, okay. Let's go ahead and go to Google Trends and see what they find, okay. For instance, the hottest trends right now, and I'm going to go ahead and erase. This is the United States, so pretty much I'm kind of getting lost over here, so let me try again. There it is. Let's go ahead and erase the first few words over there, delete it, return. Okay, so you would enter your keyword over here. Let's type in Apple and Microsoft. Actually, let's get a little more specific. Let's type in Apple computers. And I'm going to go ahead and zoom in a little bit so you can see Apple computers and Microsoft. Which has the hottest trends? Let's go ahead and search. All right, and it brings you a map. Okay, as you can see right here, I guess Apple computers, not very much. This is Microsoft. Microsoft is pretty much kicking butt. So let's type in instead, let's delete computers. Let's just do Apple. Now we've got a result, Apple and Microsoft. So notice that it kind of gives you the trends for the past few years. I don't know if you can see, you should be able to see this. It starts off year 2004, where Microsoft pretty much has the upper hand. But as the years go by, you notice that we've got a little reversal here going on. Now it's Apple overtaking Microsoft. Okay, pretty much in the year 2007, you know, with the, of course, with the iPhone and the iPad coming about, taking things by storm. People are looking more towards the Apple computer, which is pretty much running the mobile handheld industry, aren't they? So let's go ahead and close this right here, and let's go see what else. And you want to be able to choose keywords of the latest trends. If you're in the fashion industry, if you're in the jewelry industry, if you're in the software industry, what are people looking for at that time, at this time? Okay, so let's move down a little bit. Okay, so search-based keyword tool. Okay, we'll go ahead and even go down. Let's go ahead and see what this is all about. Oh, I guess they've changed something. So let's, again, the best thing you want to do is you want to do a Google search on the terms that I had on that slide. I'll be bringing that slide in a second here. Okay, so this is the Google keyword tool, which is used for AdWords. Okay, we'll go into AdWords in another lesson. But what this enables you to do is to find out what keywords are really popular, what are people really looking at. So I know one keyword that people always look for, and let's go look at, how about chocolate mousse? Okay, my favorite. Okay, I love chocolate mousse. And I'm not going to worry about a specific website, but basically it compares, if you enter a website, it compares that website to what people are looking for. And I won't concern about, you can choose a category. I guess I'll choose, I don't know, I guess food. To me, it's a little bit more specific than food, but I guess we'll do that anyways. And we'll just go ahead and enter the characters there. I'll do the best that I can. If I have to start all over, please forgive me, but I guess, now if you wonder what the reason behind why they do that, because there's a lot of spamming, a lot of dishonest people over there, so they want to make sure that the person utilizing this tool is a human being. All right, so definitely understood. And here are the results of chocolate mousse, and I'm surprised. It doesn't seem like that many, but the word chocolate mousse itself gets about 673,000 monthly searches. I guess the United States is pretty much the one country that loves chocolate mousse. I know I do. And here are different Google keywords. Now notice that keywords is not a single word. Keywords are a group of words. Okay? And it makes sense. How often do you just type in one keyword in a search field? You type in several things, like for instance, how to make chocolate mousse, vegan chocolate mousse. Doesn't sound too appetizing, does it? But hey, there are vegans out there. But chocolate mousse recipes, easy chocolate mousse recipe, be amazed what people type in. So they write in a combination of keywords. Interesting. Now, you got to be careful. This is something you may or may not want to put in if your title tag. I mean, I guess because you're limited to what, 70? Remember, 70 characters in a title tag. You want to be kind of careful. But I'll tell you what, if you're a chef or if you're a cooking school, how to make chocolate mousse may be your best keyword term. Now, you can go and isolate even further, like if I were to click in right here. Let me go ahead and increase the size of this. Okay. If I were to click in local global search, look at this. I guess dessert is the one for chocolate mousse that gets the most, 11 million hits. And whoops, I apologize. I think I lost it there. I'll go ahead and get it back in a second here. Okay, so you see that dessert and cupcakes and recipes, all this stuff relevant to chocolate mousses appear. So these will give you an idea, okay, on what to look for. So let's go ahead and close this browser here, and let's continue our study on this page. This, by the way, is from Squeedo. Okay, another really good resource of information. They got a wealth of articles out there to help you out. This website, of course, is available for download on your PDFs associated with these lessons. And you can just go ahead and scroll down. You'd be amazed of what kind of, here's Google Battle, which I've never really used. So want to try something new with me? Let's go ahead and do something. Okay, so what's a favorite keyword? Well, if you're in the United States, you might want to choose baseball and football. Okay, for those of you in India or China, these are our two most popular sports. Okay, so let's go ahead and click go. And let's see. Looks like, well, it's a tie. It says right here, it's a tie. I don't know. I thought football would be better, but I guess not. All right, so again, that's pretty much the tools to find out Google keywords. If I were to go back to the next slide, I guess I'm kind of lost here, so let's go ahead and see what we can do. Meta keywords. All right, so actually, I'm exactly where I need to be. Keyword density. So the next thing we're going to talk about is keyword density. All right, that's very important. I'm going to go ahead and put it up exactly where it needs to be. Now, keyword density is the percentage of times a certain keyword, and I'm going to move it a little bit. There we go. A certain keyword appears within the site. All you got to do is type in keyword search, measure keyword density on a browser, and you'll be able to get your answer. And the answer that I found, okay, is that there are certain websites. You need a website to determine, okay, and I'm going to show you when we go back to the browser, but a keyword should not take more than 1 to 3% of the total content of a website. Okay, anything more than that, if it goes above 10%, I'll tell you, it might be considered spam. I would follow the rule and just keep it up between 1 to 3%. The hard way of doing it is writing a content or writing an article in Microsoft Word, and I guess doing a word count, and then try to find, do a Control F and find the different keywords and then dividing it. That's too much of a headache. I'm not going to explain that here. It's not going to help. The best thing to do, again, is to use the browser. Okay, let's go ahead and find that browser again. There it is. So you want to use Keyword Density Analyzer tool. I found this one. Again, I went ahead and typed in measure keyword density, and I go ahead and click in this website right here. Again, SEO book. And for the most part, I go ahead and type in the web address that I'm involved with. So let's go ahead and type in educator.com. Okay, and then I've got different options. Okay, ignore all words 3 or less. You know, the words and, the, but, all that. You know, we don't need to count those. Include the meta tags, include description tags, anything like that. Use default stop words list. That's something that we'll go into it a little bit later. But for the most part, you just press go, and it'll send you the results. Notice that for the most part, the website has keywords that are well within the 1 to 5% range. The word lecture is at 5%, and believe me, this website is nothing but lectures. And the fact that it stayed within 5%, pretty impressive. And that concludes our lessons on keywords. We're going to move on to the next lesson. Stay tuned for that one here on educator.com.